Alright, hello everybody. Today I'm playing Vampyr, which is a PS4, well this is the PS4 version. So I think the problem with my previous streams is that I was running PC games, which was taking way too much system resources. I was doing my streaming software at the same time, so hopefully we don't have a huge crash. And this is made by Don't Nod, which did Life is Strange, which was a great game. But they also had a couple run-of-the-mills, such as Remember Me, which is kind of forgetful, and Soul Suspect, Murdered Soul Suspect, which I never played, but I heard it was sort of the same as Remember Me, little overambitious, tried to do some things that it didn't pull off so well. So they did Life is Strange, which was great, and then they did this, which came out this year. When it was first announced, I was like, oh, that sounds great, and then I found out that they were making it, and I was like, that sounds risky. It sounds either or. But the trailers looked good, and I've heard good things about it, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. It kind of slipped under my radar. I never knew that it came out until a long time after it came out. I think it came out in, it's not going to say on the back of the box, whatever. It's PS4 Pro Enhanced, if that means anything. It means it probably came out sometime in the spring. I don't know. I got this in, let's see. I forget. Whatever. Warning! Even if based on proven medical knowledge from 1918, which is, it's always solid. Rock solid science, never been disproven. Vampyr sometimes takes liberties when establishing possible links between scientific theories and supernatural creatures for theatrical purposes. In other words, don't try to cure any disease with any of the magic shown in this video game. And no rats were harmed during the making of this game. Love, the Vampyr team. There's an autosave. Don't turn your, don't unplug your PS4 while the autosave is going on, you know, like you normally would. Take responsibility for your actions. I love that. That's the first time I've ever seen. Don't unplug your PS4 while it's autosaving. Take responsibility, idiot. This is a nice little, it's not a loading screen, title screen, but it's not really that either. Whatever you would call it. Okay, it's kind of weird that the middle one's the default. Whatever. What are our options? Make sure we have subtitles and stuff on. Languages and subtitles. It's got its own nice little menu. Name of speaker. I want that on, but I don't want it to be obnoxious. Whatever. What are our gameplay options? Mission reminder, that sounds good. Auto lock, we'll see. Yeah, the rest sound good. I'm sure it'll tell us the controls. Don't want to waste time looking at that. Audio volume, sure. Pull it all to 10. HUD visibility, yes please. I'd like to see my HUD. Oh, I just looked at that. Okay, thank you options. Let's start a new game. Ooh, I like this. Story mode and then game mode. Story mode. Play Vampyr with low challenge. This will cut an important part of the experience. Interesting. But will allow you to enjoy the story and explore with little danger. Combat's very easy. There's no reward for finishing this mode without killing any citizens. Okay, I like the way this is headed already. Normal mode is the original experience. Character progression is faster if you kill people. Cool. That's the way vampires are meant to be. Combat difficulty is linked to the number of citizens you kill. Okay. Hard mode. More challenging. Your power as a vampire is tied to the citizens you choose to embrace. I'm assuming that means kill. Enemies are harder to kill and hit harder. Nah. Experience points rewarded by killing enemies in combat are reduced. Boo! Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Difficulty is locked. No changing. Sounds like normal mode is the way to go. Combat difficulty is linked to the number of people you kill. I like that concept. Is it hard? Go kill people. Get good by doing evil. Alright. That's interesting. I'm drinking an interesting mix of Pepsi and tea tonight.
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death? Pending.
Oh, this is great writing. I love it already. Wonderful.
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss.
Yeah, why would you want to live forever?
Awaken
I think it would be
from the
boring at some
ashes
point.
and be born once more.
It's that scene from Detroit. Now I need to find out which one first because it's exactly the same. Just needs to rain a little. What's that smell? It's blood. I hunger. Ooh, a person. The game will get easier if I drink the blood. Hello. I'll drink your blood now. Drink it right out of your heart. Oh, she knows me. She thought I was dead. Oh. No subtitles for this part. Incoming despair.
What have you done?
Mary!
Who did this to you?
No! Mary! Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. Oh, no. Mary. Mary. No. No. This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain!
No explanations. This reminds me of Bloodborne.
These patrols are after me. No! No! Don't shoot!
Do I have a sprint?
This is a nightmare.
Don't have a sprint. Oh, I do have a sprint. There we
I
go.
need to get out of here.
Can I climb? No.
This can't be happening. No! Please! Stop!
I don't want to be a vermin.
I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Ah.
Shit, where'd it go? Now, I can defend myself.
Out of my way, lumber.
Kill that thing! Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
Sorry, I had to kill you. It was the right thing to do.
Who are you? Stupid beast! I'll take its head!
This is a lot like Bloodborne, actually.
Sorry. No, please, stop! Doesn't like fire, does it?
Does not like fire.
Who are you? Bloody leech! What do you want?
Anything over here? No pickupables? Looks like not.
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please.
Oh, you
listen
done
to
goofed,
me.
son.
I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job.
Oh.
Just leave me.
Back into darkness. Aggravated
sun.
damage.
Feels like it's burning me
Certain
to the bone.
elements like fire will deal aggravated damage that reduces your maximum health gauge. Oh, that's rough.
I need to find somewhere to hide. I cannot enter. Let me go!
You know, I'm gonna not get hit by fire or the sunlight. Ooh, he's got a crossbow.
Stand! Finish it.
I need to find shelter.
Keep out. Gonna take that suggestion for now, but I'll be back, I think. Yes, I will be. Actually, can I jump over this? No. Okay. Keep out. No. No peeping out.
Is anybody there? What is this place?
Oh, there's shooting everywhere. I thought they were just shooting at me, but it's like off in the distance.
The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
Brother, what have you done?
Mary!
Oh,
Mary!
I like the cutscene style.
Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this
Whoever
to us,
did it to you,
I
I'll get
will
revenge. I'll make them pay. Oh, you don't look so good, buddy.
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy.
Oh, that's me.
Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
In you go.
That's impossible.
Wait, so is that his watch, or just you saw a watch and remembered? Watch +1. Guess it could have just been a generic watch. Fire and sun. Leeches do not fear the sun and fire, but they do not burst into flames or ashes when they are caught under rays of daylight. But it hurts them good, really good. I have personally chained a vampire to a tree to see what would happen when the sun rises. Its skin blackened in a few minutes, and as if it was burning from the inside. Its eyes and flesh melted, and I saw its unholy bones move and squeal as the beast tried to escape all day long. In the end, only a desiccated corpse remained, which started to slowly regenerate when the sun disappeared behind the horizon. I cut its head off to finally destroy it, and when I tried the same test with fire, the bloody leech never came back from the ashes. Fire is our weapon of choice, brothers. To burn the beast is the best way to kill it for good. From Know Your Enemies by Carl Aldrich, Pruin leader. Carl Aldrich. Nothing suspicious or ominous there. What else is here? I got the machete or whatever. Yeah. I'm assuming this doesn't have any kind of what do you call it? Like decay. Oh, it's upgradable. That's nice. can sell it or recycle it into components. Oh, wonderful, there's crafting. And here I thought I would have to live through a game where I don't craft something. Oh, a map. What's a deal? There's people on it. 5 shillings. More shillings. Oh no, I don't have a reflection. I bet
Who goes there? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
I'm gonna go do it. Okay, so I wonder what kind of vampire lore this uses. Because sometimes there's oh, a bad metal syringe. No, those are terrible. Gun. This is my gun now.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
Pretty sure medics don't work that way. War medics. Okay, so this is 1918, so World War I just ended.
It never got easy.
So he's got medical and battle experience. That explains why the machete whacking was so easy. Because they used machetes in World War I as, you know, that was the default assigned weapon. 15th October. Bad sleep. Becky coughed all night and the fever made her delirious. I heard a loud noise in the morning. It's a big machine some men brought in by the banks to dig a big hole in the ground. It was some sort of mechanical shovel. Maybe I could go there and ask for some work. Flu epidemic? Is the flu coming back? They had no work for me. Becky slept a little last night. The foundry's been closed and there are no more jobs nearby. 19th October. I went to London to find some groceries and drugs. No trains. It took me the whole day to cross the Thames and come back. Becky seemed better. I made a soup she ate. I made a soup! I found no drugs, only a few syringes and some sleeping pills in the black market. We have no money left. Maybe I could go to the Pembroke Hospital. So frail now it makes me... The men with the mechanical shovel have stopped digging the mass grave. I heard shouts last night, as if they were attacked. Now there are only a few boats left, throwing bodies day and night into the giant hole. The smell is terrible. We should have left this house a week ago, but Becky, she refuses to leave. She'd rather die, she said with a nasty smile. Why is she torturing me so? 22nd October. Becky just attacked me. She jumped on me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her, but she smacked me back. I went upstairs and locked myself in the bedroom. Now I can hear her crying and mumbling downstairs. I retrieved the gun I hid in the ceiling since the war to protect the house. Now I'm ready to use it to protect myself from my own wife. 23rd October. I could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching at the door, asking for my help, begging me to let her in, but I was too afraid to open it. I'm just waiting for her to die now. It would not be long. I pray God it will end soon. 24th October. I was so hungry. I tried to go downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in the armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a dog, looking at me without moving, just following me around the room with her eyes. I pointed the gun at her sore face, but she did not react. I could not pull the trigger. I went back to my room. 25th October. The house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead now. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. I will be with you soon enough. What? So the whole epidemic, the vampire epidemic, and maybe something else, whatever it is, whatever's going on, broke out in a matter of like a week or two. That's pretty harsh, pretty quick. And the city's in like really bad shape. Okay, let's take a nap. Take a quick little break.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it.
Or I could shoot myself. It's also, you know, maybe I'm in a nightmare.
Rational thinking only.
Think rationally and shoot myself in the chest. Oh, okay, love that. Title drop. Yeah. I love those 20-minute in title drops. Well done. Oh, wait, that wasn't the end of the game at all. What happened? Man, now I have to bite someone again.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the...
Hideout beds allowed you to level up. They ruined it. Improve your vampiric skills. Auto fate. Got another screen. The vampire uses the power of his blood to heal normal and aggravated damage, increasing his flesh, nerve, and bone regeneration. With time, the vampiric ability can be extremely powerful and is sure to surprise any unwary vampire hunter. We think of vampires as immortal, but if you can block their unnatural regenerative capabilities, they are more vulnerable than you think. Sure. Still got 1135 XP. An aggressive skill. We got claws. We got blood spear. Throw a spear made of blood which can pass through enemies in front of you. And I guess the best way to do it would be what's recovery? What does that mean? Okay, so this has the most damage, and I guess it's a shadow element. Okay, melee damage, blood damage, shadow. Okay, so where was I? Right. Claws. So I want to know what recovery means. Kind of like the idea of a blood spear, or in theory, but I probably won't actually use in practice. I'm gonna go with the claws. So for piercing of prey's arteries. If you use your claws, you will see humans differently, like soft and tender meat. I want some meat. Okay, confirm.
I must find him to understand what I have become.
Reach the north bank. Hey, I do have a reflection. It's just terrible. Oh, that's something from outside. Oh, can I equip that gun? Firearms. Can't I equip it? Apparently not. Alright then.
Where is it? It's closed.
Well, they're trying to break
These
in.
people want me dead. I need to leave
Time
now.
to get out. Mysteriously, this door is slightly ajar when it was closed before. Oh no.
Here!
Oh, cool. H.
My head's spinning.
Kill things we don't like.
Come on, you coward! Clever fucking beasts.
I'm really just trapped in a panic. I'm trying to figure out my powers. Aha! A stake. Offhand weapons can be used by with triangle. They have attacks with special effects and consume stamina. And I got a shelter key. I keep bringing it back to here. Offhand, used stake. Can't I equip that to... Ah! I want to shoot the gun! Okay, this is the way out, right? Okay.
I'm still in Southwark.
Southern.
I must reach the West End. Go back home.
Stun. Press triangle to use stake and inflict stun damage. A stunned enemy can be bitten.
Die, vermin!
Oh. Press X to bite a stunned enemy. Biting an enemy provides you blood to use skills and also refills your health gauge. Sounds good.
Strength.
Now that you have blood,
Strength
press
I
R1
never knew
to
I had.
unleash a vampire skill. Okay, so that's like a magic gauge. Sorta.
Get them weapons ready!
Oh! Wow. the leech's teeth. Shit, that's like Vampire 101. Come on.
Every fiber of my being is afire.
There's no vampire in the world that doesn't bite people. That's like the definition of a vampire. Well, they're calling me a leech and not a vampire. The name of the game is Vampyr, not Vampire. So, I don't know.
I'm like a child learning the limits of my body.
Ho ho. Jesus.
My strength.
Lead plate.
My reflexes.
Is there anything
I'm
else
not
anybody
human
dropped?
anymore.
Shillings. Aluminum shards. Lead plates. Aluminum powder. That goes forward first. First something up here? No? This is just a cool teleport place. Apparently. Why not? So. Join the ranks, your king and country need you. Join the British ranks and help the brave lads at the front. I was the lad at the front. Your king and country need you.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
He's really hung up on that. Oh!
I have this thirst for blood.
I didn't even know what was going on. I was just the button prompt and I was like, that must be shillings. Cool.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Powers are growing stronger day by day. And it hasn't even been a day.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
How uncouth.
What will London have to say to me?
I doubt London is gonna say anything.
I've so many questions unanswered.
District status stable. That sounds like a fun mechanic.
Another corpse.
Whatever it
Have
is.
the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Yes, the only vampire in all of London. Ooh.
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. Where has everyone gone?
They're hiding from the vampire plague. Also the death squads. A new hideout is available. Ah, keep out. 500 XP, is that enough for anything? Refill all. Okay. On a workbench you can craft all kinds of things. I can't do anything. Wait a second. Oh, maybe I could turn this into a usable gun if I get 3 common trigger parts and 2 springs. Bet a clock has, or a watch has springs. Yes, it does. Okay. What's in here? Common handle part, common trigger part. How many of those do I need? 3? Yeah. Okay, so I got both springs, and I need 2 more trigger parts. Lead plate. And I need 2 common handle parts for my ultimate machete. Tiny common handle part. And 2 lead sticks. Kind of a weird thing to upgrade. That's the trash floor. Oh, beware. Science. Okay, 500 XP. There's a few things I can get. Increase your blood capacity, increase life regeneration, increase damage inflicted, increase your health. That's something I should just probably get. Increase your stamina. Same. Let's go for health. You can always use more health than anything. Is this all just more health? Yep. Okay. If only I had 100 more, I could get a second thing. The following night, nothing changed. Okay, where's this killer's trail that he supposedly has? Oh. Looks like he actually came up here. Interesting. Whoa. Unknown. Unknown.
At last, a little life.
All kinds of unknowns in here.
Welcome, sir, to the church.
The hints are locked. I don't know who's in the social circle. Okay. Interesting. Speak with the locals.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
Open all night.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
Aren't you scared?
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
Long night?
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
The murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Who's doing it?
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
I'm looking for someone.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
Who is he?
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
So, how long has he been here?
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
Show me.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business, you hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess. No?
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Don't worry. What's going on?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer
The
dog.
sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Well, I know somebody
Has
already
anybody
came in,
entered the
so
bar recently?
Can't say.
Might as well talk to him about
Sorry.
it.
I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir.
Sir?
Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
Whatever, man.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Oh. Yeah. Knew there was one more, then I heard that voice.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
I just want to talk.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
You
I only
literally
see
don't.
one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
What's going on?
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, And now all these terrible murders.
Are you saying literally the entire town or city has the plague or been murdered?
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah. Killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out
What
to feed.
ancients?
But now he's killing in the streets.
Well, hold on. Who are the ancients of London? Number 5. What ancients? What are you talking about?
What is this place?
What
This
is
comes
this
from
place?
the Turquoise Turtle.
Where am I?
I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Where's the... I already...
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, Jack. He didn't deserve this.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you? I mean you no harm, saith the vampire. Present yourself. I need a word. Will anyone?
That's strong.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And
Dr. Edgar Swansea. Oh yeah, they said the Swansea Hospital earlier. So he's owns a hospital, I guess. Blood quality 6,000 XP. That's some pretty high quality blood.
who might you be?
I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a lie or not. You first.
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
You seem like an expert. You seem to know a lot about this whole thing.
You seem the expert. How would that be?
I have my secrets, as you have yours.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Who were you talking to?
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
A vampire.
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
What a bad lie.
Then the feeling is mutual.
What's this Brotherhood thing?
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Help me then.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We are both chasing the same shadow.
Maybe.
Perhaps. This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I'll demand answers.
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Okay. There's blood down there. Kinda interrogated the locals.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
Okay.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people, sir. That's what my job's about.
Hint required.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
The barmaid will know something.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I want the truth.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so afraid?
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened?
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. My God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor, who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well, Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
You just discovered a hint. It reveals a secret about a citizen or someone related to them. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you will earn if you feed on the citizen. Unlocked hints increase the amount of XP. Tom and William Bishop used to be good friends. He's friends with Sabrina Cavendish. Mrs. Cavendish. Miss Cavendish. He's healthy. What's this? Book learning? Oh. Fatigue. So he's slightly ill. So he gets less XP, 350 that compared to thousands. I thought the pillar guy was that was a different location, I guess. Oh, this is still a question mark. But this is the docks. There's a lot of characters. Okay. Tom, you got some splaining to do.
You again. What can I do for you?
Talk to me about William. As a vampire, you can force a citizen to reveal information thanks to a hint you have discovered. Blue prompt.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Who is he?
Who is he?
William. Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. Can barely stand up most of the time.
What about tonight?
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
Oh, that's very mean of you. Why lie to me?
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
I need to find him.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
He didn't deserve this.
Okay.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Oh, is he dead?
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
So another vampire killing?
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note.
Okay.
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
Hmm? Can I... Yeah. There was a note. Quest items. Pruin orders. 30th October from G. McCullum to Docks Patrols. Object. Multiple deaths in the Docks region. We believe a nasty leech is involved. A nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast. Purge it quickly. Warning. According to recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we lack men in this part of town, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. As always, search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy the leech, brothers! Okay. Is this the day-by-day thing? Yeah.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Blood splats. Boop. Uh-huh. So, Pruin people are vampire hunters. Okay, you don't know I'm here, which means stun, feed. Yes. Rip and tear. Follow the blood trail from the pier. Is that the trail that I just made? Because that'd be cool. Ranged weapons. Okay, cool. Equip and use triangle to inflict both standard damage and stun damage. Be aware that ammo is limited.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Oops. It always goes to the map. I feel like that's going to be handy at some point, but right now it's really annoying. Okay.
All the more reason to shut up, Mr. Billy. Says bloodsuckers that in here, you've got one job, and that's to find it. And find it fast. Fair enough, Tom. But why do they like when it's so damn cold?
Enemy card. Press L3 to spot enemies around and display their enemy cards. Oh. Resistances. Some enemies are more resistant to certain types of damage. There are 4 types of resistances. Melee, ranged, blood, and shadow. Orange indicates a medium resistance, red indicates a high resistance. So these guys are resistant to physical. And not weak, but use your powers against them. Okay. The Pruins. Yeah, these guys are nice and sane. Aha. That's what I was looking for.
best stay back, sir.
Yes, thank you for the warning, kind citizen. Okay. You can take a beating very nicely.
Over there!
Shotgun shell.
I cannot enter.
What a canned voice clip. I cannot enter. The door is locked.
There's one of them vermin.
Yeah. Drink his blood. Get him. Okay, great. What's my other power that I have? Did I get one? Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Oh. Heal using my blood. Okay. That's good. Do I have another melee? No. Okay.
See them fancy clothes? Stupid beast!
Take that. Take all of my blood. Or I'll take all of your blood, I mean.
Bloody leech!
Ha. Okay, did you guys drop stuff? Shillings. Bullets. What about you? Wherever you were. Shillings and bullets. Nice. What a wonderful thing to drop. Lead rod. Needed that. Looks like nothing. Okay. See, this is kind of what I wanted to do in the first place. I wanted to use more stealth. Used Lupara. What is that? A shotgun. Cool. Okay. Fire rate 10. That's the same. Reload time. It's actually shorter. Huh. Magazine 2. And it doesn't have stun.
Over there!
Yeah. Give me your shillings. Now, where was I? Where did I come from? Rats and hideouts. What did that have to do with anything? Oh, there's a bunch of rats. Okay, I see. Fire executioner. Gonna sneak up on you.
Over there!
Great. Does this open up? Nope.
It's locked.
Wet boots.
Do need a little bit of blood.
This is
That's good enough. I'll save some for later. Save some rats for later. Okay, North Dock.
Fresh blood. The whole
Blood
building
bath.
reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
I'll not betray your trust. Use this first.
Used scythe. Two-handed weapons. Equip a two-handed weapon and press triangle to use its special ability. The scythe, for instance, can be used to parry an incoming attack, inflicting heavy stun damage if timed correctly. Wow, this is super Bloodborne-like. I wish this menu was less convoluted. Wait, can I equip two-handed weapons here? Yes.
I need a drink. I'm so thirsty. William. As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before. No. I had a drink outside tonight already.
What
Quench my thirst.
is the
More. Oh dear God, not again. William, please stop.
what's that? Why is it highlighted up and down if
Dearest friend, you're my last and dearest friend.
that's not at all how that works?
William, my arm. I can't feel it.
Oh boy. Did it re-equip? Yeah, okay. I see what happened. But I want that gun there. 99 damage versus 45. Okay. How's this kind of stuff? Attack speed 5. No, that's not what I wanted. Can't I get like a comparison thing like there is here? Or is that all there is to it? Fire time, reload time. So fire rate is 10, attack speed is 5, stamina doesn't use. Stamina 15, attack speed 15. So it's faster, but takes more stamina. Let's just see how it works.
William, I can't stand it anymore.
Okay. If that doesn't go well, I can always just switch out.
Bloodshed.
I can't use my
I can never harm you.
my blood sight.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
I don't like not having the stun. That's not great. I tried to counter, but it didn't work out so well. That was my fault. That was just me not paying attention. Enough attention. I was paying attention. Just lazily. It was me getting cocky, that's what it was. Used bludgeon. Attack speed 10, stamina 20. It's a good balance compared to the machete. 10, 20. Wait, no. That's worse in both ways, right? High stamina's bad. I'm assuming that's what it is. Alright. I think I'm gonna stick with the machete. Oh, somebody. Did you drop anything here? No.
Let me go. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
Oh no.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Oh.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Oh, you're cool. You're way cooler than me. Definitely cooler than that dead guy. Like the super dead guy, not the undead guy.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders.
Oh, you've done it.
Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Check on the victim.
This poor creature
Blood
can't
sample.
be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Where could that be? Oh, what a lovely cinematic boat ride.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy.
Privacy.
Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
Yep. I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
That was kind of awkward.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Analyze the blood. Okay. What?
You can do better than that. Now, it's my turn.
Oh.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Okay, so I could be the good guy and get him to the hospital, despite him just clearly having murdered someone. Or I can drink his blood and kill him for 500 XP. I'll kill you.
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery right now.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes, that's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Blood quality. The blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. Mesmerize. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerized level must be equal or higher than that citizen's resistance. Press L1 to mesmerize them. Okay, so both of ours is 1. Okay. That's not his little diploma hat. His graduation hat. I get the feeling that this guy is not gonna survive any kind of hospital that I take him to, and even if he did, he's gonna be a blight on society. So I'm just going to use his life to better my own. That's my justification.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
There will be consequences. Should I try and do a run without killing anybody? I could do that, but the alternative is wasting the hospital's resources on this guy. Or I could just let him die on the street. But no. Brace.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck
I got
you.
his hatchet.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
The district will soon suffer the consequences. I bet it's gonna be disastrous. His hatchet. Oh, it's been boosted. 72 damage. Oh, it's actually good. How about that? Now I can equip the gun. Oh, whoa, that's a difference in damage that I never looked at for some reason. Oh, but it doesn't stun, that's right. Let me see. Does this ever upgrade to get stun? No. I think the main reason that I would use a gun is if I wanted to stun someone. I wish there was a third slot. The third slot would really help. I mean, this isn't... Despite the similarities, this isn't Bloodborne. A third slot would be really useful. What's this? Oh, it's my health. Health upgrade. It's got a lot of passive upgrade slots. And I've got an ultimate skill. Okay. So that was a nice little detour. Tiny common handle part. Oh, also I got the parts to upgrade the stake into a better version, which is nice.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
I don't like how that voice is calling to me. Okay, so those guys were gonna block my way until I went and saw to the dying guy, the dying guy. I'll call him that. Stay at home, influenza.
Scowl voices in the garden.
What?
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Is the hospital abandoned too? Oh. Hey. No, go away. Oh, I don't have the axe equipped. And no stamina. Oof. Oof. Restore some blood, or some health. That has a cooldown, apparently. Good to know. Would have been nice to know earlier. So I can't stun them, which means I can't take their blood, which I guess makes sense. I got 10 XP from each of those guys, so fighting them at least is not the way to level up. Okay. That seems to have been a different part of the area entirely. District status serious. Okay. Oh, that was the hospital. Pembroke Hospital, district status healthy. Small bag of junk, alright. Hospital full. Due to the influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full. Please, go back home. Get out of here.
I cannot enter.
I cannot enter. The door is locked. Okay, I think it was somewhere around here where where I started. If this really is infested with the skulls, I don't want to be around here until I've had a chance to level up. I'm just getting further away. Okay, we got a little hobo town. That's at least promising. It's better than Skull Rot Village. Okay. Let's see what's down here. Aluminium powder. Definitely not aluminum, that's ridiculous. Don't cough in public, you gross.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, hello, humans. How's it going, humans? Hello, fellow humans.
It's locked.
Are you also not... What's it like being not a vampire?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana. Pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Okay. Let me ask some more personal... Oh, all these personal questions are locked off. You're a pawnbroker now?
A pawnbroker?
It's a bit of a demotion.
All types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Like what?
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade. I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Oh, you're a liar. Tell me about your life in London. Have we met before?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Oh.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why would they close the morgue?
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons.
For
After the beginning of the
reasons.
epidemic, cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay.
Oof.
Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
How'd you land this gig?
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Milton Hooks sounds like a debt collector.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Oh. He's not afraid of death since he served as a medic. Okay. Does that give me, believe in life after death?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Goodwill won't last?
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse.
I agree.
And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I'm not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
I like him. Okay. Didn't unlock any other questions. I like that unlocking system. That's kind of interesting. What do you have?
Please show me what
are you buying?
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
I just have a bunch of springs for no reason. An enigmatic formula. This formula written on a piece of paper seems complex and needs to be analyzed. Oh, some opium. That's really cheap. Some codeine. These are probably for like health potions and stuff. Okay, that's why you're working the black market. Nurses are needed now. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Inquire at the nearest place. Oh, it's the outdoor morgue. Crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors and they told me that Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. I knew it! I knew it! You may ask for extra money in exchange for bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything's okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Oh. Runs rackets on some of the Pembroke's patients. I haven't even met him yet, and I've got dirt on him. He wasn't the Russian goon-looking guy I expected, though. Which way did I come from? I came from this way. Wait, was this door locked? Oh, because that's the morgue building, I guess. Weird. That's locked. Open. Great. And it's abandoned. Oh. Give me your blood. Got a little bit. Oh no. I don't have enough ammo for that to be useful. Get off me. Okay. A lot of attacks seem to be the most effective. But I don't have enough blood to use that either. And I can't regenerate. Lead stick. Oh, there was a ledge that I could get on. Here, yeah. Okay, never mind. Thought that might have been a way up, but apparently not. $35. How am I supposed to get in?
It's locked.
Actually, though. There we go. Zoom. Oh, okay. I must just miss the entrance on this side. Maybe it was camouflaged by other stuff. Hello.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr.
You look
Jonathan
disapproving.
Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has
Gwyneth.
already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Who else is around?
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Speak up, woman.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Oh, it's at his best.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Okay. He's exhausting himself and refuses to stop working. Who knows what his blood quality is like? Could be anything.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
The invisible enemy.
An invisible enemy?
Nanomachines.
Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Okay. Oh. That was her life in London? Hints all over. Okay, let's talk to you later, I guess.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
I'll talk to you when I find about your true nature. Who are you?
Good evening, sir.
Oh, are you the...
So it is true.
Yeah.
The famous
You're the
Dr.
overworked
Reed has
doctor.
joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
How's life? Is he just gonna say the same
What
stuff?
is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
He's used to working in mud. People are more important.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Hope, huh? Tell me about the staff.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander.
Slander?
I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Positive characters.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl.
Oh, she said the same thing
She is
about
the
you.
most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Convinced that she's overqualified as a nurse. And... same. Oh. Her blood quality is way higher. That's interesting. Maybe I just have to unlock more secrets. What about the management?
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Okay. You are exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Jesus Christ. Nurse Brannigan's worried.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her
I'll give her
honesty.
a good caning later.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan.
Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Oh, I picked the right choice. Personal questions. Nope. Life? You're exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran.
No.
Nurse Brand, you don't have...
Okay, so once you make a Nurse Brannigan choice, you're kind of locked in. Okay, bye.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Just gonna steal some vials. Who are you? Well, you're gonna die. So. Oh, you were waiting for me?
Where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Now you know how I feel.
I apologize, Nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, Nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Questions?
I would like to ask a few questions first.
Who is Dr. Swansea?
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
He knows me more than I know him.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
In any case, I've just met him.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Mr. Hampton.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Where's my room?
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Okay.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Hey, how's it going?
Good evening, sir.
Oh, you're the
I'm Dr.
guy,
Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Smuggling weapons, eh?
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
What is your occupation?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
How is the sanitary situation?
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Sounds rough.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Whoa, new investigation.
How is the situation around here?
Personal questions. You're extorting money.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Okay. So some moron just volunteered,
I'd like to see your goods. Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Okay, what do you got? Milton's shotgun. Fire rate 10, reload time 15, magazine 2. That's what I've got now, except this one's a lot more powerful. I also can't afford that. How many shells do I have? See, the problem here is there's no comparison. Got, got a total of 8. Ooh. I could buy trigger parts. How many? Common trigger parts. I need 2 of those. That's kind of expensive, but okay. Oh, and I could only buy 1? Okay, so he didn't have a ton of stuff.
Good evening, Milton.
Good
evening. All of his dialogue. Yeah.
Goodbye, Milton.
I'll have to find his wallet. Maybe he'll open up a bit more. Okay, so it doesn't highlight stuff I can interact with, but it does make it still shine, which makes it easier to see. Sorta. Oh, I can see through walls with this.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Okay.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Is that so?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Describe your vampiric symptoms.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Ever heard of Cotard syndrome?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Oh, that's good. Affected by the Cotard syndrome and believes she is a vampire. I could see the picture, but it's covered by a question mark, which is unusual. Usually it's just a silhouette, a generic silhouette. Oh no, it's not. Those are all actual silhouettes. I was wrong. Okay. Are you a patient here?
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
What enemies are those?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Little do you know. Personal questions. Who are you really?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Said that? Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Alright. So we got some local investigations. Enter the backyard garden. Find out who's spying on her. It's interesting. Hello.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Pippa.
I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
What's that mean? It's a euphemism? You mean it's an understatement? I don't think you know what euphemism is.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why?
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why so grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
His reputation is mediocre among his colleagues. Interesting. You've been a nurse for how long?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Change your attitude, woman. You're right.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
It won't last forever.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish
it
I
only
could
lasted
believe you.
about
But what if this
100
epidemic
years or
was
so.
worse? What if in the end, nobody was
I
spared?
don't know whether that's true or not.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Okay. Big secrets.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay,
Discussed on every street corner.
I'll talk to, what was his name?
Daily
Melton?
routine.
Yeah, I'll talk to him after I find his wallet and give it back. Oh, you're the priest.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Let me show you my crucifix. How's that doing?
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
What a British gang. Who leads it now?
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Soupy.
What a bunch of Brits.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Huh. Yeah, why?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why.
That's a change of taste.
Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Oh, the fake vampire?
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
Why not
I'm
both?
just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Well, there is that one guy that I killed. He's the bad guy. What do you do for a living?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks.
Night asylum.
And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
What's a night asylum?
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Okay, so maybe it has to be prepared specially somehow.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith, willing to
maybe
preach
you
the
have
good
to be
word.
no, because I don't think what's his name? The hospital director. I don't think he's a priest. He just knows a lot about vampires. Made any friends yet?
Have you made friends
getting along with
since
everybody?
you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Or you could turn into a vampire. I get the feeling that's what's going to happen.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Do you not have any secrets? Mr. Hampton, where are you? Oh, right here. Oh, he has two. What's your deal? Oh, you fatigued. Oh, he's a level 6 mesmerize level. 1, 3, 3. What about the people here? 6, 2, 5, 2, 2, 3, 2. Wait, so she's part of a different area than the hospital? Whitechapel. Where's my map? Huh. Okay.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Unknown.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can
Yeah,
help
that
me.
looks
I'm
rough.
Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head
You
surgeon
did?
here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Would they change your name? Like, do you want them to call you, like, Scarface or something?
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars. If you
So
get
that
my drift.
phantom pain or just, like, incompetent doctoring? Like, field work? Who's treating you?
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me.
The old and tired
Started
doctor.
to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
But does she bite you?
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Man, that's depressing. Yeah.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Okay, I guess I should talk to, what's her face then? Oh, you're right here.
I wish I could be sick again.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Am I playing Cupid?
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'm playing Cupid.
I'll leave you, Mistress.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Really? Nothing?
Goodbye for now.
Disgust on every
I could have
street
sworn that that would set up a back and forth between them. Oh well. Anything else down here? No, just the exit with the doors wide open. That's a great way to keep the infection at bay.
It's locked, all right.
The locker's locked. Did I get everybody? Oh, right, I was going to talk to the ambulance driver. Did I get you? Gwyneth, yes. Milton. Ah. 2 people I haven't talked to.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying...
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Goodbye, Milton.
Okay. Now, who are these other 2? Oh, they're outside now. Wait. No.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Overrated dabblers. Your life in London.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice.
Don't you need everyone you could possibly get?
But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before.
Don't you have people quitting right and left?
Use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
I want to say jealousy, but let's try and be nice.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
disapproves of modern medicine methods. Oh, you're going places, son.
If you have a problem,
Doctors,
I know there isn't.
That is.
Since you're
Looks like that's it. I've proved my value.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge is our main weapon.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems
probably
you have
just
bad
salty because
memories
everybody
of your
died.
service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Okay. Agree on that.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an
you're
honor,
a refreshing person.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Oh, you have a strong opinion.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Okay, you seem kind of like a mad scientist, so I might have to take back what I just said. Tell me about your weird experiments that you do in your basement.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just
that's some dark research.
My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Research is exhausting. I'll be glad to help.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific
but not
and
on like shady,
with someone eager to learn.
Weird
I'll be
stuff.
glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Also, vampires.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need my help?
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Cool.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Is this the guy?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter. And a good one, too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Okay. Is your hidden
Tell me about
secret?
your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Did you voluntarily hurt yourself?
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Well, how's that different from any other injury?
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
I see, but that's just misplaced grief.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
I still don't understand why he lied about breaking his arm if he mistakenly places blame on his dead wife. Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Okay, you. Tell me about...
Good evening, Doctor.
And good evening.
Tell me about that dude. No, you're all locked out.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Do you hold the answers?
I'm quite busy right.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives.
Okay, so both of these guys are on the opposite of extremes.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
This guy is like, we need to stay in the 1850s, and the other one is like, we should dissect live people. Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
It's a conservative point of view, and he will assume the consequences. I don't trust his judgment.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
Why do you, other people,
conserve?
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
It already kind of has, though. I only have 1 out of 3.
Thank you for your time.
But in the circumstance...
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
I thought
my
you were a
son
cop.
who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
God, I hate you.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance
no
driver
red
was
carpet.
quite rude, for a start.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
Dubious nurse.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you.
She charged you
For a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Okay, so she's in on the scam.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover
My
all the
Mortimer.
expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Oh. Okay. You're done
Goodbye,
for now.
Mrs. Goswick. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Well, I'm not just gonna walk away, but like, he can write, right?
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is this like Munchausen by proxy or something?
How painful.
It's so painful.
How painful.
It's so painful.
I'll let you get some
I'll let
rest.
you get some rest then.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Why did you come here? Nothing, huh? Suspicious. Oh, I could heal him.
Good evening, sir.
If I knew how. Alright, looks like that's all of the people. Oh, one more. Where is she? Oh, she's inside.
I cannot
there,
enter.
Looks like.
life running. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare
All right.
me, Dark Queen.
I guess I'll talk to her later. Let's finish the day by sleeping. I totally forgot where my room is. I got directions, but that was like an hour ago. Bottle of cheap gin. Oh yeah. Hacksaw. Alright. That's what I need. $45. $65. 15 and 20 stamina. Okay, so more stamina is bad because it's got the red arrow. And that hatchet takes a ton of stamina. We'll put the hacksaw there because it's got a nice place in between. Wait. Oh, the speed is the same. But damage a little better. Damage a little better. Stamina cost more. Patient Thomas Elwood, male, age 28, followed by Dr. Tippets. Status convalescence. Date of admission September 16th. Date of release TBD. Notes: the patient's face has been heavily burned and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds as if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says. Examinations of the cicatrized tissues show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades? Thomas feels responsible for his disfiguration during the war. Okay. Oh, I've got most of the I'm missing two people. And oh, that's the guy I killed. Clay Cox, 30 years old, male, a lowlife with no consideration for other human beings, save perhaps his wife Edwina. He was the leader of the Wetwood Boys. Oh, I remember somebody mentioning this. One of the toughest gangs of the East End docks. Yeah, she said the leader got killed, so now there's a new one. The gang imposed rules were only meant for outsiders, and Mr. Cox himself owned a large section of the black market that now plagues the district. As tough as he was selfish, Mr. Cox seemed to consider all human beings as prey, enemies, or tools. He considered Edwina to be his female counterpart. He was the only woman he ever respected, maybe because she was the only one who ever dared to oppose him. She was absent from his last thoughts, though, as Mr. Cox was too busy cursing the world as I killed him. I got 500 XP from this soul. And none of the people he mentioned, I don't know about those two, were the people from the gang. Okay, so one was in, one of the people that I haven't talked to was in that locked hospital room, and I don't know where the other is. Oops. Okay. Missing ingredients. Reach the pharmacy. Where's the pharmacy? Here? Oh, that's really far away. I want to do the garden. Yeah.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Article on Ekans. It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or Ekan as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessity to flee, I've seen a vampire move so quickly it is almost as if he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements while they act so quickly, but it is not a teleport or a dematerialization. It is only a supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them and that they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. Blah. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me that the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent damage there will be. As if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one, the possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This urge, this need for blood, may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood can sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, and so on. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, and then in some cases he can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical applications, it almost beggars belief. I see these items in a room. That's a good way to explain away why all the interactable items are shiny.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Well, I don't have any water for it. Oh. Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal, after all. I also gave orders to let you rest and for the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we are all presently facing. I hope our future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yours sincerely, Edgar Griffith Swansea. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I've discovered about Ekhan in the last few years. Feel free to read about it if you need some guidance, as long as you don't use this knowledge to take advantage of me. Okay. 25 shillings. What I'm looking for is a crafting station, so I can upgrade that. Here we go. Oh, I'm also supposed to analyze this for the main quest. Light regeneration serum. Okay. The steak. Yep. Upgrade it. Do it. Oh, I need one more of each. Oh. Okay, well I can upgrade the gun. No, I can't. Oh. What can I make a trigger part? Okay, this is recycle. I can make a lead stick. Which means I can make an upgrade for this. No, I need a tiny common handle part. It's 5 damage of stun anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. How about this stuff? Can I use it? Common handle parts, lead plates. Need more handle parts, I guess. Alright.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Ah, level up, right. Increased life regeneration when using bite. That's great. I like it. And I have another 1,000. Increase my stamina. Sure. Stamina's good. Okay. And more health too. Just having base stats is always great. Can I afford one of these things? Blood spear, how about that? No. That's fine. More damage for bite. I like that. Okay, one more. Blood capacity, blood absorption, serums and bullets. I don't even use those. Tactical. You perform a supernatural move to your target and cause damage upon landing. Looks like that takes blood, so don't want to use that. Oh, ultimates. Rage. Abyss. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet. Coming to life, the shadows interrupt an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage. Sounds cool, but expensive. Blood Cauldron. You focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode, dealing damage to the target and anything nearby. Okay. I'm gonna do that one, probably. Oh, and Rage isn't just, like, be stronger. It's like a super combo. Blood Barrier. You can create an invisible barrier absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. 5 seconds. Coagulation. You will block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. Interesting, interesting, interesting. How's this work? More self-healing. Trade the instant health gain for greater regeneration. Trade more blood to heal yourself instantly and gain an additional boost on your health regeneration. What's the difference? Plus 100 healing. 15, 3, 25, 2. Okay. 300 healing, 200 healing. Okay. Better healing is also good. That's... Wait, I need 1300 for that. That's way out of my price range. I could just save it up. Nah. I'll increase my health. Wait, can I increase damage inflicted when using bite? Yeah, okay. Good. Confirm. The following night. What happened overnight? The more lives you take, the unhealthier a district becomes. If a district's health status drops below the critical threshold, at about 50%, it will plunge into chaos. It is for you to decide a district's fate. That guy's dead. It did actually drop a little bit. There was some text on the right that was blocked by this guy's little pop-up window that I couldn't read. So that sucks, but okay. Nothing major happened except this guy dying, which I already knew. It went down about like 2% or something. So you're unhealthy, I already knew that. And you're unhealthy, I already knew that. Okay.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. What about my thirst for blood?
What about it? What about my thirst for blood? Alright. That's all for tonight. There's no manual save. That's not good. Alright, so that's all for tonight. I'll be back on Saturday at 6 o'clock Central for more. And we're gonna just keep on going until the end of October, at which point I'm gonna switch back to my gaming channel instead of my main channel. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Wow, we went really late today. Alright, goodbye.